hold these things in our hands for hours every single day. But how often do we really think about what's inside? Well, today we're going way beyond the glass and metal. We're going to unveil the unrepairable and take a journey into the secret world of a phone teardown.
And that's the big question, isn't it? We tap, we swipe, we live our lives on these shiny slabs of glass. But what is actually happening under the hood? Because let me tell you, it's so much more than just a bunch of wires and computer chips. This isn't going to be some boring repair guide. Think of it more like an expedition into a tiny universe of absolutely incredible design that just happens to fit right into your pocket. All right, so let's start with the outside, that pristine, seamless object we all know so well. It's designed to look simple, almost boringly so. But you know what? That's the first part of the magic trick. I mean, it's designed to be perfect, right? Unified, simple, but that simplicity is a complete and masterful illusion. It's hiding a world of just staggering complexity, literally millimeters beneath the surface you're touching. So how do you even get inside one of these things? Well, it's less like opening a door and a lot more like performing surgery. Getting inside takes an incredible amount of precision. First, an expert technician has to apply just the right amount of heat to soften this powerful hidden glue. Then they have to carefully, painstakingly pry the display open, bit by bit, without cracking it. And the whole time, they're trying to avoid tearing these tiny, paper-thin ribbon cables that connect the screen to everything else. And the second that screen lifts, boom, the illusion is completely shattered. That simple, sleek exterior just gives way to this immediate shock. An unbelievably dense, crowded, and complex interior. It's like looking at a full city map after you've only ever seen a single postcard of the skyline. Okay, so we're past the gates. Now let's explore this miniature city and see what actually makes the whole thing tick. Right away, you start to spot the landmarks. You've got the main board, that's the brain of the whole operation. Then you have the batteries, the power plants, and of course, the camera modules, which are like the city's eyes. And connecting everything are smaller daughter boards that handle specific jobs, all held down by a dizzying number of little brackets and screws. But you know, one of the first things that truly makes you just stop and stare is the battery. On a device like the Pixel Fold, for example, the battery's huge. It stretches across this wide area, but its thickness, it is just astonishingly thin. The technician in our source video put it perfectly. He said it's like a thin packet of chewing gum. Just think about that. It's flexible, it's delicate, and it is packed with an incredible amount of energy. And you can really feel that sense of awe, even from an expert who does this kind of thing every single day. The level of engineering it takes to make a power source that thin, yet powerful enough to get you through the day, it's just wild. Now, this all looks incredibly cool. I get it. But it also brings up a really practical point. This is not a weekend project. And that's a totally fair question. I mean, with all these parts laid out, why can't you just, pop one out and put a new one in? Well, for starters, the sheer complexity is just overwhelming. There's this massive number of tiny, super easy to lose screws and brackets. So many, in fact, that technicians have to lay them out in a special pattern just to remember where they all go. Now, combine that with super strong glues and the constant risk of damaging some delicate little part, and you've got yourself a recipe for disaster. And the stakes here are really high. Remember that super thin battery we were just admiring? If you bend that thing just a little too much, or you accidentally puncture it while trying to pry it out, it can fail, catastrophically. We're talking smoke, fire, it's a very serious risk. And that's exactly why the professional's advice is so blunt and so important. If you don't have experience opening up and reassembling complex electronics, trying a repair like this is, and I'm quoting here, a hard no. But let's say you get through all that careful, expert work of disassembly. What you're left with is something truly remarkable to look at. When every single component is laid out on the table, it stops looking like a broken phone and starts looking like a piece of modern art. It's this beautiful mosaic of circuits, chips, and wires, a true symphony of engineering. And really, that's the ultimate takeaway here. Seeing it all laid bare like that is such a powerful reminder of the thousands of hours, the brilliant minds, and the incredible precision that it takes to design and build these devices that, let's be honest, we so often take for granted. So maybe the next time you pick up your phone, you'll see it a little differently. Not just as a tool, but as this tiny marvel of engineering. Which kind of leaves us with one last question to think about. In our constant push for a perfectly seamless device, what have we given up in our ability to actually understand and repair it?
So you had a phone disaster? Yeah, I came in with a broken camera, totally useless. But David at Sydney CBD Repair Centre was great. Within a day, the part was...
So phone disaster?
Came in with a brick camera. David fixed it in a day. Good as new. Highly recommend.
Our daily superhero, Mr. Repairman, David, is here. Call 8011-4119 now.
My Motorola Edge 50 screen was smashed. David here ordered the part and fixed it next day in 1 hour.
Our daily superhero, Mr. Repairman, David, is here. Call 8011-4119 now.
Wang, tell us about your recent phone repair.
David was super professional. He fixed my Galaxy Z Flip 4 in an hour. I literally walked in broken and walked out perfectly fixed.
Yeah, highly recommend.
If you have mobile phones issue, you can walk in. We're open Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. 6 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. 2 p.m.